And the Cincinnati Bengals travel to London, England, and win this one as the Bengals control the turnover margin with a crucial drive to chew up the final 4 minutes of the ball game. Bengals 17, Redskins 10. 4-down territory from here on out. Bradford throws, is picked off, intercepted by Claiborne, touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. Welcome in, folks, to Week 9 of the NFL season simulation. The 5-2 Kansas City Chiefs, just a game back at the AFC West lead, take on the 3-4 Jacksonville Jaguars, who aren't quite as close, a game and a half back of 5-3 Houston. Third quarter, the Chiefs up by 4. Travis Kelce is gone. One of 2 touchdowns, 143 yards for Kelce today in a fabulous performance. Fourth quarter, the Chiefs up by 8. Jamal Charles scores his 6th touchdown run of the year. He's the 3rd leading rusher in the National Football League, only behind Adrian Peterson and LaShawn McCoy. Onside kick, the Jaguars were hoping they could get it, but Kansas City pulls off the win. And after a Raiders loss 31-14 to the Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-2 are your AFC West leader after week number 9. Tampa Bay has had a marvelous run this year, starting the season 0-5 and have now won 2 straight. Meanwhile, Atlanta enters this game at 5-3. We begin with an interception, the first of the year by Florida Gator Vernon Hargraves. After a trade-off of touchdowns, Bucs lead 14-7, and here's where the wacky part of the game begins. Both clubs couldn't figure out a way to hang on to the football. Interception after interception, back and forth we go, as Jameis Winston fires to the sideline, and that will be the 3rd interception for Winston, and more to come. Off of the helmet of Harry Douglas, that's Levante David who grabs the INT, and Winston would counter this time with a touchdown toss to Vincent Jackson. The other would go to Mike Evans, and the Buccaneers lead 31-7 before Winston, what a stunner, gives it right back to Atlanta. Now the Falcons trail by 14 after the 2-point conversion. Ryan finds Mohamed Sanu, the former Cincinnati Bengal, and the Falcons are down to just 7. 2nd and 10. Matt Ryan with no timeouts and limited time left, trying to engineer a drive after a false start, 3rd and 15, and what a stunner. A fitting way to end this game as Major Wright steps in front of it for the interception. Both teams combined for 8 interceptions in the ballgame. 5 for Matt Ryan, 3 for Jameis Winston, but the Buccaneers win their 3rd straight and are now 3-5 and 2 games back. As for what else has happened around the league in Week 9, the Steelers hop into first place in the AFC North with their 10-point win over the Ravens. Meanwhile, the Denver Broncos remain alive in the AFC West divisional race, 31-14 over the Raiders. We start week number 10 with a pivotal matchup between 2 of the top dogs in the NFL, the 6-2 Steelers hosting the 6-2 Cowboys. Last year, this would be a Pittsburgh rout. However, the Cowboys have improved from 31st scoring the football all the way up to 7 in just 1 year, and that has helped the Cowboys have the top spot in the NFC East. However, to start the 3rd quarter, Darius Hayward-Bay with an 80-yard catch and run, and the Steelers tie it at 10. That's a pretty good way to haul in your first catch since week number 4. We go to the 4th quarter with the Cowboys trailing by a point, but have a football late in the 4th. Romo finds Jason Witten for a 26-yard catch and run, then seals the drive late in the 4th quarter with a 17-yard scamper for Darren McFadden. Cowboys lead by 5, but the Steelers, who are one of the top offenses in the league, number 1 in passing the football, have an opportunity, but Roethlisberger throws his 3rd interception of the ball game, 2nd to Rolando McClain, and that'll do it for the Steelers, who outgain the Cowboys offensively, but commit 4 turnovers. Cowboys win it by 5. This has been, at least on paper, the rematch we've been waiting all offseason for. The Super Bowl rematch between the 7-1 Seahawks and the 6-2 Patriots. New England riding a 6-game winning streak. They take on the Seahawks. And what is eerily similar to that Super Bowl game is that Brady was picked off in the end zone by Jeremy Lane in that game in the first half, and he throws his 3rd pick here to make it 7-3. In the 3rd quarter, the Seahawks used that big-time momentum changer to connect with a 58-yard catch and run of Jermaine Kearse, and the Seahawks lead 14-3. An explosion on the offensive end for the Seahawks in the second half. It's also sparked by the Patriots bogging down on a 3rd and 9. They connect for a 21-yard pass play, but a hold ends the drive, and the Patriots turn it over. On 2nd and 4, Wilson finds Graham for 17, and then the Seahawks seal the deal with the second touchdown run of the game, 7th of the season for Russell Wilson, and the Seahawks have a +2 turnover differential to beat the Patriots by 21. That will do it for weeks 1 and 10 of the NFL season simulation. New Orleans started the season 0-4. They're now 3-6. Not half bad. Cincinnati also with a big win over the Giants. They have improved to 6-3. The number 1 seed in the AFC are the 7-2 Kansas City Chiefs. The Seahawks and the Packers both 8-1. They will meet in week 14 in Lambeau Field. That should be a good one. As for what's going on in this coming show, the Pittsburgh Steelers will travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts in week number 12. The season simulation continues next week.